Hey, friends of the Earth, this is Waylon. I'm live on Instagram and Facebook. And if you're just tuning in, say where in the world you're from. Today, I'm going to talk about Christmas. Christmas is a subject that particularly my Jewish friends, I'm half Jewish, I grew up Buddhist, so a lot of people are kind of feeling this. I think a lot of people kind of love to hate Christmas. I'm not one of them. I love to love Christmas. And I think I just wanted to talk a bit about what that means to me. I grew up with my mommy going to Sunday school. She encouraged me to, kind of check out every religion and non-religion and check out different things and not just be Buddhist because she was Buddhist. She was a Buddhist meditator. I got into meditating much later, although I did it my whole childhood and studied and got to participate in the fun, cool Shambhala Buddhist stuff, Tibetan Buddhist stuff. And I'm trying to keep my phone up here. Anyway, so Christmas for me is sort of synonymous with hygge. I don't really know how to say it, but the notion of cozy, of winter. In the Buddhist tradition, we celebrate Children's Day. Children's Day is honoring the winter solstice. So whatever your relationship to Christmas, remember that those of us who love Christmas, most of us, what we love about it is the community, the love, the notion of peace on earth, goodwill to all humankind. For most of us, is not the Fox News version of Christmas, which is about kind of war on heathens, war on sort of new things, some sort of twisted, almost aggressive nostalgia for the past. In the Buddhist tradition, again, we're honoring the winter solstice, the darkest day of the year. The Romans called it Invicti Solis. And I think we have Vanessa on. If you could actually search Children's Day, winter solstice, and Invicti Solis, that's a blog I wrote. If you're curious about that, you could check that out. So there's this notion that it's the darkest, shortest time of the year, and then is the rebirth of the sun, the invincible sun, Invicti Solis, the return of the light. So it's about our fundamentally good human nature, no matter how dark things might seem in terms of partisan rancor, in terms of President Trump, love him or hate him, in terms of the threat of nuclear war or climate change. Whatever is going on, we can, and indeed we have that potential to be decent to one another, to be kind. And we all are fundamentally kind or decent, even if we don't really connect with that part of ourselves. We're born with it. As people talk about education or growing up, we often have to unlearn what we learn and come back to our fundamental goodness. When we see a rescue puppy or we see an animal being hurt or a child who is crying, our heart naturally jumps out of its chest. We naturally feel empathy, and empathy is the single most powerful emotion. Scientists say this in terms of transforming our relationship to our own lives into kindness. So if you're just tuning in, again, say where in the world you're from. Where are you? We got Christina from Denmark. We got Cassie from Sequim, Washington State. JB from the UK. Gail does not care. Yet someone liked that. That's so interesting. Jennifer from Calgary. Tina from Virginia. Brian, Oklahoma City. Desiree, Traverse City, Michigan. Baltimore, Maryland. We got Christine. Nicola from Cornwall in the UK. Steve from Australia. We got people from all over the world. It's always fun. On Instagram, we got another bunch of people from LA, and where else do we have? Maybe that's it. It's a quiet group on Instagram today. So anyway, coming back to the subject, I thought I might read something. If that's okay, maybe give a smiley face emoticon, a funny face emoticon, or a heart or whatever. Let me know. I wanted to read something which is a little unusual. I don't normally do that because it might be a boring experience, but it's something I wrote when Elephant first went online. We've been around for 16 years now. Aaron is from Wales, so cool, born from Orlando. I'm part Welsh, I'd love to go. So here's something I wrote as a Buddhist about Christmas. And it's titled, Why I Say Merry Christmas to All. And I hope Facebook folks can still see me. I'm on a different screen now. Okay. So we're going to put this link in the comments. It's Why I Say Merry Christmas to All, or Merry Christmas from a Heathen was the original title. A lot of people, many of my friends, hate Christmas, and for very good reasons. For anyone who likes green grass and blue skies and clean air and healthy children, well, the sheer volume of crap we give to one another is sickening, like too much ice cream. Still, I love Christmas, always have, even if I was raised Buddhist and still practice. The Christmas spirit and the Christmas many Americans love to hate are two different things. The Christmas spirit and the Christmas that many Americans love to hate are two different things. One is all about peace on earth, goodwill toward men, women, and children. What's not to love about that? And one is generosity gone mad. Businesses, understandably, trying to take advantage of this truly holy day so they can pay the bills. Instead, all of us are now shopping on Amazon, feeding the greed. Christmas is not all, however, about crass commercialism, of course. It's about friends and family and snow and coziness and tradition. I cherish this quiet, cozy, cold, warm time of year, which is bigger and older than Christmas. It's a fundamental time of year for returning to the basics of a life well lived. The below poem, Holy Days, is adapted from something I wrote up a year ago. And again, I wrote this 9 years ago now. Holy Days. I'm a half wasp, half Jew, American Buddhist, and I like to have a Christmas tree. Christmas trees date back to pagan wintertime rituals. I don't mind the shining star on Boulder's foothills, where I live, which is a symbol for many of Christianity, which many non-Christians regard as a symbolically religious imposition left over from the good old days when America was more of a Christian country. I say a star is a star. I take it from the Christians and I give it to all people. It's wintertime, is beautiful, glowing up on the snowy mountain. America is and always will be a melting pot. That's why we have racial, religious tensions. That's also why once a generation or so we have suffrage or the Civil Rights Act or President Barack Hussein Obama. Next generation we will return, for we cannot give that which is inherent, full rights under the law, again this is written 9 years ago, to our gay and lesbian brothers and sisters. Growing up in American Buddhist family, we always had a Christmas tree, which we culled legally from national forest lands. My mama called it a lineage tree and hung handmade ornaments featuring pictures of our Buddhist teachers, along with old ornaments she'd grown up with her Christian Scientist mother. We hung paper snowflakes and popcorn and organic candy canes. And now that I'm all grown up, I prefer LED Christmas lights to the old bubbling kind I remember. I love Christmas. I love simple personal presents. I love coziness and world-quieting white snow, which slows us all down and makes even bustling cities feel like they were Norman Rockwell 1940s landscapes. I love fire and dinners and parties with old and new friends and children and elders, people I wouldn't ordinarily get to talk with much. I don't see my family these days. They're all spread about the U.S. and money is tight, but that always tinges this time with emptiness. But I love sadness. As my mom's Buddhist teacher said, it's the most genuine of human emotions, though we're not to covet it. I love, at this darkest time of year, remembering that life is short and it progresses quickly and memory fades, and all that really matters is being a good person and making the better of two iffy choices every step along the way. It's a wonderful life, after all. So let's put the holy back in the holidays. Let's buy gifts that better the world and support good people doing good things. Let's put away our phones and laptops and TVs, if only briefly, and make some eye contact and say the obvious, I love you, and this is why. Or, I'm sorry things have been funny between us. Let's be genuine and have a good talk. Because before you know it, 1/3 of your friends will have divorced, moved away, lost their hair, become old people, or even died of accidents or disease or life. I'm still only 35 at the time, but I lose a friend a year, whether in China to an avalanche or right here at home. Just a month ago, an only recently perfectly lovely, healthy, powerful friend of mine was diagnosed with breast cancer, stage 4. In Buddhism, we say this precious human life is fragile. Make good use of it. Think about others as much as you do yourself, and you yourself will find that elusive happiness. Think about others as much as you do yourself, and you yourself will find that elusive happiness. Meditate a few minutes at least each morning before the ephemeral to-do lists that seem so important. The lusts and the anxieties clutter up your snowy, peaceful, dozy mind. Don't chase after the fast food of life. Sex, bad food, money, big houses, cool cars. They don't make you happy. The only thing that makes you happy is you sorting yourself out. As my parents' Buddhist teacher used to say, good luck, sweetheart. We'll need it. So that's it. I think we put it in the sidebar. It's called Merry Christmas from a Heathen, or Why I Say Merry Christmas to All. And if you don't say Merry Christmas, I respect that too. That's just my personal, wanted to share why I love the lights, why I love the coziness, the hot chocolate, vegan in my case, and this time of year, which brings together people. And remember, it shouldn't just bring together a clan or family, it should bring together society. Take a time to connect with those who you might disagree with today more than ever. We've done the Civil War route. It doesn't work. It causes bloodshed and heartbreak and sorrow on a mass level. So let's use this time of year to reach out to those you might disagree with. You don't have to say that they're correct. One of my idols, maybe Vanessa, you could put it in the sidebar. I went to Norman Rockwell Museum recently. Norman Rockwell is, many people say he is the sort of picture of white nostalgic America. Really, he was the opposite. He was the picture of community. He actually quit the highest paying illustrator job in the United States just so that he could do social issues, because Saturday Evening Post didn't want him to do that. So here's one of his many pieces, and it showed, without telling people what to think, the racial tensions of the time. He did this kind of thing all the time, and he did it in a way that showed openness and curiosity, and yet really showed real conflict. If you look up in the corner, you'll see an adult who is not coming outside, not curious, more afraid or hateful, peeking out the window. So, children, the next generation, dogs and cats, perhaps they can show us the way to having tough conversations in a loving way. And being like that fellow, I blogged about him on Elephant as well, who is an African American. He goes and talks with the KKK, and he's instead of just judging them and hating them, he talks with them and converts them to non-hate. And maybe we all do that this year, because gosh knows and God knows it's needed. So Vanessa, if you have a chance to put that the reference to the gentleman who talks to the KKK and or the Norman Rockwell in the link. Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to all of you. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy, as I like to say around this time of season, Merry everything. All right. And we put the Children's Day blog in the Facebook comments. We'll put all of this on Elephant. If you want to support Elephant, give us a Christmas or a holiday present, a holy day present. The single best way to support us is to get our newsletter. Unlike Zuckerberg land, Instagram, Facebook, we actually kind of own it, control it. We therefore are able to share our best quality inspiration and awareness. The newsletter is free, and it's elephantjournal.com/best. Does anyone here feel like appreciating or helping Elephant? Anyone? If so, maybe an emoticon or a heart. Just go to elephantjournal.com/best. It is the way to help us continue to try to share the mindful life, not only to the choir, which may be us, but beyond the choir, to all those who might be inspired to give a care. Anyone here inspired to do that, share a heart or a smiley face emoticon, more importantly, and that helps us get through the Facebook or Instagram algorithm beyond the choir. So it actually helps every time you click a heart or a like or a share. But more importantly, go to elephantjournal.com/best. And that's the newsletter, and you'll get daily inspiration and awareness in the busy inbox of your mind. All right. Big love to everybody. If you have any comments or questions, I'm happy to reply, discuss. You can be as mean or nice as you want. I'm here for you. Iron Maiden, looks like you love the book. Maybe you got my book. Des needs some positive vibes, having a rough day. Big love to Des from all of us, not just me. HBG in Rio Vista, California. Someone's off to Wales next week. Any comments or questions that I missed, Vanessa? Vanessa is our wonderful editor on duty. Okay, if not, I'm out. Loved back to Houston, love back to North Carolina, or North Georgia mountains, I should say. I just got back from Asheville. Cheryl works at a shelter now, not a mean, nasty doctor's office. She may have to work the holidays, but the payoff is a full heart. Well, God bless you, and people bless you, and animal rescues bless you for your good work. Alicia, thank you for asking. I'm very well. I just climbed, and what did I do? I bought a sweater for a friend and a sweater for myself, both used. Used is a great way to go. Cheaper, and try to get natural fibers. They smell less. Leanne just made vegan peanut butter maca brownies. Will all be over this year's Christmas cookies, so put some out. I'm about to run home. Some kids in my neighborhood are coming by to sing me and everyone else in the neighborhood. They're stopping door to door singing Christmas carols, so that'll be fun. All right, big love, everyone.